So
Yeah.
I think, you know how we were talking about how Smash Bros is done?
Oh yeah, one of the podcasts we were going.
Yeah, like a little while ago on season 1. Check it out.
Episode 20.
Hey, I think a new challenger approaches.
A new challenger.
Yes.
Sakurai announced a new person?
I think so.
Oh damn.
You want to know? You want to know his name?
Yeah, who is it?
His name is Will fucking Smith.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
I don't remember him in Zelda.
He's one of the side quests.
Oh, what is it?
See, so normally he just sells you things, but if you call him or his wife bald, he slaps the motherfucking shit out of you. That was crazy, huh?
I mean, it certainly brought some excitement to the Oscars because every other time it's kind of like.
I know. I mean, the ratings for the Oscars has been kind of shit for like a while now.
Well, because like, what's the point, right? Like, what's the point of watching it?
There is no point. It's just Hollywood glorifying.
We know it's rigged.
Yeah, I mean, just to give some context, I'm sure everybody knows, and I kind of want to be brief about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it's being a little overplayed. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I think people are starting to get over it. But it's crazy. So Chris Rock, it was the host or the co-host of the Oscars. And as a comedian and as a jester, right?
Jester?
Yeah, that's basically the job, right?
All right.
And you make fun of the royalty, quote unquote, which would be the celebrities, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're in the front row, you would imagine that you're going to get targeted because you're in the front row.
Yeah.
So as a comedian, you're just going to pick and choose things and you know, you know, just have a little fun with people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Rock looked at Will Smith and Jada Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, excuse me. And he said, "Hey, Jada, you're bald. Can't wait for G.I. Jane." And
then
yeah, right. So initially, it looked like Will Smith had a chuckle about it.
Yeah.
You know, ha 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 ha. Yeah, she's bald.
But then you see what happened.
And then he looked to his corner.
Oh.
And he was like, "Oh fuck." So then he strutted his way down the runway, and
he activated his stand.
He activated his
The
stand.
hand.
He said, "Rock, paper." He cocked it back and everything. So he got in his proper stance. He rolled a d20. It was successful, and he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. And that's a quote. Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he kind of just sat back down and then screamed some profanity at Chris Rock, basically saying, "Don't talk about my wife." And the show went on, and then 5 minutes later, he won an Oscar for Best Actor, I think. And
what did he even star in?
Yeah.
When he started, yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. Why don't you give us your 2 cents on this?
I only care because it's the memes that have come out of it. That's all I care about. Like, dude, who gives a shit about celebrity drama? Like, it's like they already got over it. Like, it's like I apologize. You know, oh, he did a whole speech thing. Like, it was
that was unhinged, but we'll get there.
Yeah, and it's like, again, like you see right now, there's wonderful artists who recreated the JoJo walk. Like,
I mean, that's dynamic as hell, man. That looks shout out.
Yeah, and then also like, I followed like the prequel memes subreddit, and it's like you have the like Will Smith kind of chuckling at it. It pans over to his wife, and it's like the Emperor. It's like execute order 66, and then he gets like stone faced and like goes up and slaps.
I mean, all right. So here's what I think happened. Okay, I think Chris Rock said the joke, and Will Smith thought it was funny,
and then looked over,
and he looked over, and
you really.
And I think what happened is that Will Smith in his mind in the 5 seconds time stopped.
Yeah.
Right. And he thought to himself, I have 2 options. Okay. I, 1, have a good night at the Oscars by saying this is wrong or doing something like, brash or whatever.
Okay.
2, I have a horrible night because I laughed at this and I do nothing. And even if I win, I'm still screwed. And I think he went with option 1.
Do I want to clap them cheeks tonight? Is the end?
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
I don't know if he'd be in there.
No.
Maybe August. Let's just say Will Smith went home in a different car that night. All right, so I'll give my 2 cents on this. I'm gonna be, respectful to each party.
Okay.
I do think Will Smith and Jada Smith were being very sensitive with the topic at hand. I think it was definitely wrong to slap Chris Rock because that's assault. You just don't do that.
Well, especially it was very drastic to be like just march on stage in the middle of a show and just hit the host, hit one of the hosts.
Yeah, and just walk back to your seat like nothing should happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on in his head. I mean, he seems like pretty unhinged in general.
That Bel Air reboot, man, is like...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the whole speech also was kind of just unhinged. He was like crying and saying that he wants to live for love, even though he just did an act of violence. And I think like for the joke at hand, it was very, very, very like tame. Like I know she has alopecia. I know that could be traumatizing. I'm not like, not diminishing her dread about it. But at the same time, like... I don't know. It could have been worse, Yeah. And I feel like if this is something that bothers you, like his speech would have been a good time. He could have shouted just something out right then and there and said, even the first, like the thing he said after he slapped him, that's all he had to do.
Or even like just kind of like message like, that's not.
Yeah, or just be like, hey, like at the end of like on the end of the show, like obviously they know each other. You know what I mean? They've been in the game for so long. Like, there's no way they couldn't just like sit down and have a conversation about it at the end, like adults.
Have you seen the? I don't want to say conspiracy theories, but like
that it was fake or something.
Yeah, that was staged.
Nah. I mean, once you see the reactions, you can say that all the way up until the reaction. Like Chris Rock seemed generally like puzzled and like trying to restrain himself, and Will Smith was just out there. Like you look at his face when he was like, "Keep my wife's name out your, mouth," whatever the case may be.
Are we censoring yourselves now?
I don't know. I guess for this topic, I'm just trying to be like,
okay.
For myself, I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
but I'm just trying to. I'm not kind of, trying to be sensitive about it. Yeah, I think it was just uncalled for, no matter what. You know what I mean? It's his job to heckle the crowd. I mean, Ricky Gervais, is that how you say his name? Gervais or whatever, the British dude.
Wow, we're gonna be called.
I'm just saying, like, he said way worse shit at his Oscars thing. He basically said you're entitled, you agree with sweatshops and pedophiles, and you should get your award and shut the fuck up. That's pretty much. That's like way worse than. A G.I. Jane joke. So I don't know. I just feel like it was a little bit blown. Not a little bit. It was blown out of proportion for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like the initial apology from his PR team was half-assed as fuck. Like definitely not written by him, in my mind.
Well, that's why it's a PR team.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't explicitly say that. It was on his Instagram, but you can just
PR team.
Yeah, you could just tell. I don't know. I mean, they did. They ruined everyone's night. And I mean, also with the whole debacle in the first place. I mean, it's not like the joke wasn't necessarily funny.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It may not have even been written by him by any means. Like, they kind of do script things there, and stuff. My nose is itchy. I'm sorry. I'm like
scratch it with your non-existent hand.
Twitching. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It should have never happened in the first place, in general.
I mean, listen, hang on. Wait a minute. Like, that brought some excitement to the Oscars, though. If we had award shows where there was physical violence, That would be so much more entertainment than bullshit award ceremonies.
I mean, I guess, but
like, can you imagine the Game Awards, right? You know, Neil Druckmann walks up stage for Last of Us 3 or whatever fuck, and Hideo Kojima comes out with a ladder and fucking decks
a ladder?
him.
Oh my goodness.
He comes out with a steel chair and like decks him, and he's like, Silent Hills, and runs off stage.
I don't know. That sounds cursed. That
Did
sounds
you
like,
miss me?
That sounds like an episode of the Imposter Syndrome podcast.